Hello everyone, this is Shampriti. Since I uploaded my last video on how I qualified UGC NET English with JRF, many people have mailed me and also commented on that video to make another video about what books I used to make my notes and what books did I use for qualifying UGC NET with JRF. So here you go. Well, this is a small portion because in many of these books have volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. So I have only gathered here one volume of those kind of books like this, okay. And this is all. I also have 2-3 other books which I don't have right now, but I will mention them here. First, start off with this. This is a basic book, Edward Albert's History of English Literature. Okay, this is a very brief and concise and comprehensive book, but this alone will not do. You should have this book, but this alone will not do. Then you have this English Literature, Its History and Significance by William J. Long. Well, I personally like this book because as I have folded this page for you all, every chapter, by the end of every chapter you have the summary. Okay, you have the summary of that chapter, and also see you have you have a chronology for each chapter by the end of each chapter. Well, I will come to this later. A History of English Literature by Mundra and Mundra, Jane Mundra and S.T. Mundra. This is volume 3. Well, we have volume 1 and volume 2. This is also a very detailed book and very authentic information is provided in this book. I like this very much. As you can see, I have read this book quite thoroughly and I have underlined this. Then we have an introduction to History of English Literature by Amen Sinha. This is also a very good book. This is only one book of History of English Literature. In this book, every information is gathered, and it is written in a very kind of it's very crisp. Okay, it's very crisp, and question answers are given here by the end of each chapter. Okay, and so it's a good book over and all. How can we not talk about David Dages? Though I did not really study David Dages thoroughly because it's for, well, UGC NET preparation. I won't say that it's really necessary to study David Dages thoroughly, but for some chapters like the Restoration period, the 20th century, you know, the Victorian period, this book provides quite some good information and authentic information for that. Volume 2 I have, volume 1 I haven't kept it here, but volume 1 and volume 2, I don't think there is a volume 3. I may be wrong. I didn't really quite study David Dages except for some ages. Now for post-colonial literature, I read Pramod K. Nayar's Post-Colonial Literature and Introduction. This is a good book for beginners. For American literature, I had History of American Literature by Raghukul Tilak, which is also a very good book when it comes to starting off with your preparation. Then so these were okay. I have this book, Advanced Literary Essays by Professor A.K. Banerjee. I really like this book because this is a book of essays and it has a lot of kind of good essays in this, like, you know, exit of the author in the modern novel. About this, you know, in each kind of essay you have a historical review of that incident, a historical review of that concept, like experimental drama in the modern age, where you will find many playwrights, many plays that came to prominence at that age and made that revolutionary change happen. For NET, I have already mentioned in my last video in how I prepared my notes that for paper 2 this is very good. You have sample papers, you have previous year's papers, and also for each age, for each section you have concise notes. It's a good book. Here it is a step for paper 1, for starting and for for having a concept, having a clear cut idea about the syllabus of paper 1 and what kind of questions come. This is a good book. This is very essential, though it's really costly. I have saved my money, and I have I have saved my money for this book for quite a long time, and then I bought this. um, this is kind of a dictionary which every English literature student should have. I believe there is a PDF version, PDF for this book available online for free. If I find this, I will paste the link to the description box. I believe you can find it, though not the 7th edition. I believe you can find the 6th edition in the portable document version. I would really like to mention these things. These are not only West Bengal set, but G set, K set, okay, any set, previous year's question papers, which I took the prints of and I solved them, and I added extra information about the options, about the correct options, about the questions in there. So this really came handy, and this was really helpful, not only for West Bengal set. West Bengal set is, I would say, quite more difficult than G set or K set, but these really helped. Specifically, I want to mention these two books, How to Read Literature Like a Professor. I would not say that these are really important for getting NET, for getting NET with JRF and SET and get other competitive exams. These are the basic books that you can have, but these two books are optional, but which I found really important, and I really benefited from these books in order to get JRF in English, because these are, like, if I say pick-up lines and opening seductions. Okay, this is a chapter here. Why novels are first pages? So these books give critical insights into every aspect of one novel, and how should we read as a literature student, as a professor, or as a researcher. How should we read a novel or a story or a poem? These are given in these books, and here you can get a lot of names of a lot of books, a lot of unknown authors, a lot of plots that you would not know otherwise. So this is a really good book. These two are really good books, and they helped me somehow in certain ways. Okay, apart from everything, these were the oxygen, because with all these books and some other books also, I made my own notes. Suppose I will show you. This is Indian literature. I made my own notes. Post-colonial literature, as you saw, I followed these books and other YouTube channels and other websites, and I made my own notes. These were my oxygens, my own notes, my researched notes, my own authentic notes. Except all this, I could not show you a glossary of literary terms by M.H. Abrams, which is really a kind of Bible for English literature students. And yeah, that's all. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comment section what do you think of these books, and what do you want me to make my next video about. Thank you so much. Stay blessed, and wish you a good luck for your preparation. Like, share and subscribe.